Hello everyone, I welcome you to chapter number 10. Now in chapter number 10, we are going to think about what tenses are all about. I'm sure that you might have understood when you were in grade 5, grade 4, a little bit of tenses. But now because you're in the senior classes, it's better that you understand tenses in a detailed way because this is going to help you to get the foundation of English language. Now, what is the first word that comes to your mind is tense. Tense is tension? No, we do not say that. So, tense is actually referring to a time. So, whatever time we think of is actually the tense. So, English has been divided as per the timeline. Whatever is happening right now is present. Whatever had already happened, the timeline tells you it is in the past. And whatever is going to happen, that is called the future. So we have divided the time in English as per the three different criteria, and the first is the present, whatever is happening right now, the past, which had already happened, and whatever is going to happen is future. Let's now understand what is the definition of tense. As I told you, in simple language, whenever you think of tense, it is actually the time, and when you talk to somebody, you always think of time in English and then you use the tense that you have to pick up to speak in English with anyone. Let's understand. So, tense is basically helping you to understand. It's a method that we use in English to refer to time, whether it's the past, the present, and the future. So, this is how we say that the time is always divided into three segments: the past, the present, and the future. Now let's understand the English tense system. As you can see, we have a present tense, then we have a past tense, and then we definitely have the future tense. And each tense that we have, for example, in the present, we have 4 different tenses. Again, if you talk about past, we have 4, and in the future, again, we've got 4. So total, I will be helping you to learn 12 tenses. This will help you to learn the entire system of speaking in English as a language. And today, do not worry, we are not going to do 12 of them together. We will just be focusing today on the simple present tense. And as the name suggests, we talk about the simple present tense. It is simple to understand. So whenever you have any subject, I, you, we, they, or any plural, we always use the first form of the verb, like sing. I sing a song. You sing a song. We sing a song, they sing a song. So if you have noticed, with I, you, we and they, we have used the first form of the verb, which is sing. Also with plurals, for example, Rohini and Mohini. Now there are 2 persons. Rohini and Mohini sing a beautiful song. Rohini and Mohini eat their breakfast every day at 7 o'clock. So we refer to the simple present tense if we talk about the first form of the use. So whenever you use the simple present tense, always remember to use the first form of the verb with I, you, we, they, or if you have plurals. Let's now think about what are we going to do if you have a singular. What about he? What about she? What about Rohan, the only person Rohan, or maybe Mohini, the only person Mohini? So then you have to use S or ES with the verb form. For example, do you remember the first sentence I spoke? I sing a song. Now, if he sings a song, I should say he sings a song. She sings a song. Rohan sings a song. Mohini alone? Mohini sings a song. So I have added S because I want to show that my subject is in agreement with my verb. So when you have a subject which is singular and I want to show that the verb is accurately placed, I have to use S with it, and we call it the subject is in agreement with the verb. I hope you understand this. Now let's understand what are we going to do if we make the different sentences. What about a negative sentence? What about an interrogative sentence? And before that, we also have to understand that when do we use the simple present tense. So let's get down to work now and understand the negative and the interrogative first. So when you have a negative sentence, which means I want to use not in it, like I do not sing, he does not sing. Did you find the difference? Yes, I'm sure you've noticed that. So the first is, I do not sing a song. Because it is I, so I chose the verb which is do. I do not. The next one is he. So when I used a singular, instead of using do, I changed it to does. And I have used here the helping verb. So whenever you make a negative sentence in the simple present tense, as you have observed, there is no helping verb in the simple present tense. So we have to borrow a helping verb, and that borrowing is done of these two helping verbs, do or does. Do is for I, you, we, they or plural. So I do not go to school. We do not go to school. They do not go to school. Mohini and Rohini do not go to school. But if you have singulars, for example, he, she, we always use does. He does not go to school. She does not go to school. Let's now think of the interrogative. Very simple. Since you've understood the negative, you just have to push the do or does, your helping verb, to the first position and use it. Do I or we or you or they like coffee? That's an interrogative. Does he, she, it like coffee? So this is how we make the interrogatives. Now let's talk about the usage, and the usage tells you when do we use exactly the present tense, the simple present tense. Number one, when you talk about the action in general. The action is general, for example, something that you do on everyday basis, something which is a general thing. Next, the action happens all the time or habitually in the past, present or future. That means it always happens. For example, you get up at a particular time in the morning, right? You pack your lunch and you go to school. So I go to school, I eat my breakfast, I come back, I go for my sports, or I come back, I go for my swimming classes. So whatever you do on your everyday basis, which is a habitual action, is always in the simple present tense. Then we talk about something, an action which is not happening now, but it happens on everyday basis. Then we have a statement which is always true. So let's think of some universal facts. For example, the earth revolves around the sun. Here also, because it is a universal truth, you will use the simple present tense. Now there are certain examples, I'm sure you will be able to go through them. I live in New York, the moon goes around the earth. Please read all the examples for better clarity. Also make sure you do this exercise, and there are around 10 sentences that I want you to fill up and get the right forms here. So this is how we have understood the chapter about tenses.